Double trouble, dub, them girls, dub, double up, dub, dub, double trouble, dub, them girls, dub, double up, dub, dub. And if you ain't watching us, then it's the dub. Dub.
Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to the Double Trouble Podcast. And we're your co-hosts, Crystal
and Diamond.
And today we have a very special guest today.
Special,
we're
very
so excited.
Extra special guest. Someone that's really, really dear to our heart. Someone that really impacted us as far as entrepreneurship.
Yes.
As far as style and grace.
Yes.
She is a boss.
A big boss.
A big old boss. A dog mom.
Yes.
An auntie.
Yes.
A sister. All of the above. And she's someone that we really, 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 really just cherish.
And love.
And I can cry. I'm so excited. Okay. So without further ado, we have our auntie Pam.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, auntie.
Thank you for that introduction. I love it. It really made me feel so good.
We love you,
yes,
auntie.
we love auntie. We love auntie so much.
We literally love you, auntie.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we want to start with icebreaker, okay, right?
Yeah.
So I want to
start
with my moments that I have with auntie, and I just feel like I always remember you, auntie, being just so beautiful, and she still is, right? And I remember in the car we went to California. We took remember that we went to California.
I remember that.
I remember and you had on this visor, and I just study you. I'm not gonna lie because and you had always had a brown liner. That's why I always say with the brown liner.
Oh my
goodness! You just reminded me of Janet Jackson. You're so beautiful, and I remember all the guys and stuff would always stare and look at auntie all the time. And I'd be like, "That's my auntie."
That's so wonderful.
Auntie Pam.
That's our auntie Pam. That I just always just admired you, auntie. Just not even just the looks, and that's the plus, right? But just who you are, you know what I'm saying? The sweet person that you are. You always would just do anything for your family. And that's something that I really remember.
Yes. The same. It was everything. She taught us how to drive. We would have sleepovers at her house all the time. Really just loving us and taking us under her wing all the time. And she really was the blueprint. Auntie Pam and Auntie Sandra, we looked up to you so really, and still do. Yes. We love Auntie so much.
We do.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really excited to have her on this episode.
Yes.
Well, I am so excited. I am so excited. And I'm so proud of both of you. Not only are you two beautiful as ever, I mean, everybody looks and stares at you two, but you're also very smart. And I love that about you. So you can do anything you set your mind to. I love your podcast. I enjoy watching it. And just a blessing to be a part of your life. I love you both so much.
I can't cry.
Okay.
No. All right. So we're gonna really just get into it. Like I said, Auntie, you're a boss, so you kind of wanted to shine light on your business and just kind of tell people a little bit about what you do and what started your company, your Supreme Home Care company. What started it for you? Where did it begin all for you?
So my business started in 2012. You know, we come from a family of entrepreneurs. But as your granny got older, I was her main caregiver, mainly because I didn't have any kids. And so I was always the go-to person in the family. And a couple of your uncles needed some assistance, so I helped them out. So it's listen, I need a way to monetize, just figure out a way to be able to take care of my loved ones and also make some money because I still had to pay bills.
Exactly.
So that's how Supreme Home Care was born, basically in 2012, because I had to, take care of my family, mom especially, and my siblings. So
exactly.
That's how it was born.
That's how it was born.
Yes.
And I'm not saying it y'all, it's a big thing. I did it doing her thing, right? And it's a big company, and I'm super, super proud of you, Auntie. I always talk about you. I'm sorry. I'll end up crying about it in this episode. I know it. I know it. Yeah. Talk more. Go ahead, Crystal. Can you ask the question? Go ahead. What's the question that you have?
So my question is, Auntie, did you have any advice for someone that may be interested in starting their own home healthcare business?
Yes. So ironically, we're launching just some social media information on how to do the steps. So it'll show you step 1, 2, and 3, how to get started. Yeah, like a blueprint of how to do. So, because I know there's other people who are in my same situation that need, that need to care for their loved ones, but still need to pay their bills, like I said earlier. So I am showing them the blueprint on how to do that. So I'm excited about that. It's very exciting to be able to help somebody else in my same situation, to be able to, just be able to take care of themselves and their family with all the expenses that come along with, just living.
So let's not get confused, okay? Auntie is a big boss, right? And we're not saying like $1 million. It's over that, right? Yeah. So, and it's the thing is, we came from that, right? Auntie is not the first millionaire in our families. It's among a few, right? So I think for us, that's where we get our like entrepreneurship like skills from, right? We know like we working 9 to 5, but we know
we made for something bigger.
We made for something bigger and better because it's just in our background, right?
It's in our bloodline,
Exactly. So, Auntie, what's something about entrepreneurship that people don't talk about enough? Maybe it can be the bad, the ugly, like what is it? Like the dark side of entrepreneurship. Right.
So the dark side is that a lot of times with small businesses, they are not successful in the first couple years because they didn't follow, a blueprint, or because they were in the wrong business, in my opinion, But just like you said, you two are excellent. You always come up with ideas. Even your podcast is just awesome. I remember when you came to me with wanting to do nail polish one time. I was like, follow your dream.
Do it.
Follow your
always
dream.
Motivated us.
Yes, because there's always something different in polish or whatever your dream may be. But follow your passion. Follow something that you really love to do, because I know it's been said before, but if you do something you really love, it doesn't feel like work. And in my case, I truly love helping people in my home care business, and so I just I'm happy to help, but one of the pitfalls is that when people do it only for the money, sometimes you don't do it well. So you have to do it because of the love of it as well as the money. So that really does make a difference when you find your passion and your why. It helps a lot.
I like when you say you gotta go after your niche and not so much don't let the money be the motivation.
That's right.
Because I wanted to ask you too, like on those days where you probably just don't feel like getting up, and sometimes you just be like, I got enough money, I got this, whatever I want, right? And I don't feel like getting up out of the bed. What do you tell yourself? What are some conversations like?
My motivation to myself is, my people still need me, and I'm happy to help them. So
that's your heart. That's your heart. I think you have a great heart. You deserve everything happening more. She's the greatest person ever.
So you just tell yourself like the people need you, and you just get out the bed.
Yeah, I do, and that's what it's about. In this business, the elderly and the disabled are the ones who need you. You can't just not be there for them. Once you take on that commitment, you have to be there for them. There's people who I've helped, out of my own pocket because they didn't have kids, or a 92-year-old lady. She was a beautiful woman, didn't have any kids, didn't have a husband, and we helped her. We went in her house. She loved cats. This lady loved cats, and so she kept these cats around her, but she had this tall grass, all this foliage around her home. And so we called all the necessary people to come and cut the grass. They came and got all the access cats that was, just staying around her home. And then her paint was peeling everywhere. I, went and got her house painted, got her floors done for her. And it was really helpful for her, but it was helpful for me too, because giving and the way that she looked after we helped her was so it was priceless. It was so priceless.
And it filled your cup up. You was happy to help her, but it filled your cup up.
It filled my cup, exactly. It filled my cup up as well, and I knew that this lady needed the help. But she was too proud to ask someone. But when we went in there, it was clear that she needed a lot of help. So
you're just such a great person. And I'm not saying that just because you're my auntie. And I know people might say like, that's your auntie, but no, I'm really serious. Like I don't know too many people that's just like so
a heart of gold.
The heart of literally like granny. You know what I'm saying? And I miss so much.
And that's where we got it from. We really did, because she believed in helping people. And so it really carried over. And for me and for you guys, because y'all, you are wonderful ladies too. So, but that can transfer into your business, and it does make a difference in how successful your business is, people can tell, you know, if how you really feel about them.
Exactly.
You know, I treat people the exact same, no matter if they have more degrees than a thermometer or if they are a person that used to be on drugs, or, you know, or a substance abuse or something. I treat them the same. I don't treat CEOs any different than I would a person who doesn't have as much. So that's
also, Auntie, I want to say too, I've never seen you angry.
Yeah.
You seem so peaceful and so zen. And I want to ask, and I know it's, you know, sometimes it can be stressful dealing with people. So how do you protect your peace as a CEO and running a multi-million-dollar, you know, business?
So I like to surround myself with positivity. I love that, because even you ladies, the flowers you're giving me now is amazing. But literally, you are able to prosper when you surround yourself with friends and family who see your vision and who try to help you achieve your goals. People who want to see you do well. You know, you try to keep the negativity at side, you know, because people will at bay, because people will literally, you know, destroy your dreams. I call them dream killers. But if you have people who you surround yourself with, they will keep you grounded, but they will also help you realize your potential, you know? So that's one of the ways.
That's good. Do you have like any like mindfulness tools maybe that you do throughout the day? Maybe you journal, or what do you do to stay in that good? Because like I said, your energy, Auntie, is always everything. Your aura is always it's always high. Do you? What do you do? You like maybe music or write, or what is it that you do?
I do both. I do some meditating where I focus on, you know, being in the moment. I also write things with goals and, you know, short-term goals, which is really good, because short-term goals will allow you to feel like you're accomplishing something. So you don't have to have, you know, even if you don't start off with the huge dreams, you can start off with short-term goals. And when you reach them, then you can check that off and you feel good about yourself. And so I like to do that on a daily basis. Where I just kind of think of the things that I really enjoy doing, and
I love that.
little short goals.
And you know what, me thinking about it, kind of to switch gears, I never ever seen you work like a 9-to-5, Auntie. You always always running your own, you know, doing your own thing. When was it? Like, what age for you, if you can look back, like, where you just knew, like, you know what? Like, I'm going to be my own boss. It could be, like, maybe when you was even, like, a young, like, 5 or 6. Like, what was that age for you?
Well, first of all, I did have some jobs. You were very young. You were very So, I did have some jobs.
Right, to correct me. Like, I definitely worked. I stay corrected, right?
Which is why I decided that, you know, working for yourself.
Yeah, that job wasn't it. That wasn't it.
That's how we figured that out. But being in a position where you're working for somebody does help you gather this character where you say, listen, this is not for me. And so it does, you know, you do have to start there. But I came from humble beginnings as far as starting my own business. As you know, you work with me.
With you.
We were on the outside. We actually started with a tent. And advertising, you know, caregivers to come work for us. So we started from scratch, you know. And now, you know, we have over 130 caregivers.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
You weren't when you shooting in the jail. I was with you, Auntie, shooting in the jail. I was with you, Auntie. Yes, I remember like yesterday. I don't think you had any clients, right?
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't have any.
I
and we
didn't.
went and we stood there, and I was with you, and you had some signs. You was walking up to people.
Yes.
You really deserve this, Auntie, because you started from the bottom and you worked your way up.
And that's why I want your listeners to know that in your audience that they can do it as well. It wasn't any special skill that I had, honestly. I led with my heart because it was something that I love to do. So and I know there's a lot of people out there same way that probably has to, you know, help with their family members. Maybe they didn't even plan on being in that position, but now they are, you know. And so in this business, you can really thrive, you know. And like I said, on February, we'll show you step by step. But honestly, we started from humble beginnings and we just kept, you know, rising. You know? But it wasn't always easy,
right?
You know, so you know that you're going to have some pitfalls. Yeah, but you just pick yourself back up and keep it moving.
And keep going.
Yes, because in the beginning there was some issues that we had to straighten out, and that's another thing with a business. You have to know how to stay in compliance with whatever business you use that you decide to go into, so that you know the rules and you can stay within them. And then you'll have longevity.
Right. So you have to get educated.
Yeah, educated. Yeah. Yep. So you do the hard work along with the homework.
Right.
So you will know what you're doing.
So, Auntie, I have a question. When you talk about hurdles and things like that, what's some things that you did to overcome those hurdles that didn't keep you down?
So I knew that I could do it better the second time. I found out what my error was and I corrected it.
Okay.
If it was something that was wrong, be it, we weren't supposed to advertise offering incentives to come to us with this type of business. You can't offer incentives to come. So we had to change that, Yeah, we changed it around and it was fine because at the end of the day, people will come to you if you have something good to offer.
And in your case, it's your heart, Auntie.
Yes, I will. Oh, that's so good.
Also, I want to ask, because I know you talked about finding your niche. What would you tell somebody that maybe don't have a niche or trying to find it? What would you tell them?
So usually, most of the time, everybody have something they're passionate about. You just have to dig in.
What you're good at.
Find what you're good at.
There.
And something you love to do. Something that you really enjoy doing. You ladies, you love doing what you do as far as talking to people and learning what's going on in their life and inspiring. And that is a part. That's your gift. And because of that, you're doing your podcast to show other people how to become successful or
whatever they want to do,
whatever they want to do. So that inspiration is wonderful, and it can be profitable. So
I
gotta eat, gotta pay bills.
Right.
If you gotta do it, right. You gotta eat, right? Absolutely.
I love that. So much.
Okay. So for the person watching this who wants Success Valley but feels scared, underqualified, or unsure where to start, what is something that you would tell them?
So I would tell them to follow their dreams. Do not give up. Do not give up, because you do have naysayers. But again, surround yourself with people who believe in you. And then follow your dream, but you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work.
That's good. You have to put in the work.
You have to put in the work. It won't land in your lap.
It won't just fall in your lap.
No, it will not. And so you do your research and your homework, and then you do the hard work. So those are things
that's
you
a
want.
word. Yeah. Homework, then you do the hard work.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because nowadays, like, I know with me, like, the 9 to 5 that I work, I dislike it. I just know it pay my bills, but I know I'm meant for more, right? So maybe I call my dad and I tell him, he like, no, you need that 9 to 5, right? But I call my auntie and she like, you know what I'm saying? She put my mind back where it's supposed to be, because I know y'all know what I'm saying, right? I'm looking for greatness, right? I'm more than sitting behind a cubicle, right? So I'm gonna call my auntie and she's going to get me in that bag, right? Which is me being an entrepreneur and being a big boss, right? So if you have somebody that maybe like a parent that tells you like, no, you want something more, right? And you call your dad or your mom and they say, no, you keep your 9 to 5, right? But you want more, right? Go to that person that has more, and you know what I'm saying? Lock in with them, right? Because you are better than a 9 to 5. I know I am. I'm
absolutely. You are designed
like my auntie and my uncle and my auntie.
You are designed for greatness. Exactly. For greatness. And your dad, they love structure. And that's okay.
But also entrepreneurship is not for everyone.
It's not.
It's not. So it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. And a lot of people want the riches, but they don't want
the work in.
They don't want or the risk. So you have to be willing to take some risk. Obviously you were able to keep your job, but then you can still on the side make sure that you bring in your dream to fruition, and that's the main thing.
We ain't saying quit your job.
Right. Don't go do that.
Until I got something.
Let your job fund your dream.
Exactly.
Exactly. Never stop, planning for greatness.
Yeah, exactly. And shout out to Pops, because Pops taught me a whole lot of. I love you, Daddy. We love you, Daddy. We love you.
We're going to strive for greatness too. And, you can have greatness on both sides. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to just be, one way.
Exactly.
Expand.
Exactly.
And I believe you two are definitely on the path.
Yeah, honestly,
it's just in our bloodline,
it's just
right?
It's
a thing.
Every time we want to stop, we be like Auntie Pam, Auntie Sandra, Auntie Dorian. Like we might stop, but we always pick it back up.
That's
You know what I'm saying? We always go back.
And that's we just remember our last name too. I'm sorry not to cut you off.
Yes,
but
but
we remember our last
we
name.
read.
We are.
Yeah,
Like it's in our blood.
It's in our
greatness.
That's absolutely true.
And we
So-
also want to say thank you, Auntie, for just inspiring us at a young age. You didn't even realize what you was doing. Like you did so much. You, Auntie Sandra, like y'all put the fire in it.
You guys really shaped and molded like the women that we are today, right? Even sometimes, like when we didn't want to be home, we would call Auntie Sandra. Auntie Pam would come pick us up, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because a lot of people would think that we were your daughters.
Yeah,
Auntie Sandra.
Auntie Sandra's always because y'all look
always
tall like us.
and everything. It's funny. Like they will always say that we look like our daughters, right? So we just appreciate.
We all are our daughters.
They always treated us like we were.
Always put the confidence behind us, tell us we can do anything. I remember Auntie Sandra just taking pictures of me. She's like, "You're beautiful. Always tell your back stand straight." Everywhere I go, I gotta put my back up straight. Because my auntie said, you know what I'm saying? And my Auntie Pam always had the brown eyeliner and always looking with the eyebrows on fleek.
Yes,
always look pretty.
Yes,
always has been.
We love it. We love it, Auntie.
And I am so proud of you. And I know that your listeners will appreciate, just what you're trying to do, which is inspire them to know that they can do the same thing.
The same thing.
We all are the same. Everybody, can be great.
Yeah.
You just have to, like I said, put in the hard work. Put in the work.
You heard it from my rich auntie.
Yes, the biggest.
Thank you, auntie, so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you so much. This conversation was so good. We could talk for hours and hours and hours.
Yes, we can.
But the sun going down, so we look like. But we want to thank you so much.
Well, wait, before we go though, Auntie, where can people find you if they do want more information from you?
Right. So Supreme Home Care supremehomecare.com. We're also located in Southfield, Michigan, but look us up. Supreme Home Caregivers is our actual name.
SupremeHomeCaregivers.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll be happy to help you. We'll either take you as a caregiver or as a client.
As a
We'd
client.
be happy to do it.
And then February, if you want to start your own healthcare business, they can help you with that too. So
we're gonna have to bring Auntie back, right? To talk about that, the blueprint.
A second part.
Yeah, a part two.
But we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Double Trouble Podcast. Until next time. Bye.
Double up, dub, dub. And if you ain't watching us, then it's the dub. Dub.